go. We be fast and they be slow.
All right, everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of your giant sports talk entertainment. We thought we'd do a 2-for-2 Thursday. Wax the Ranger games on tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out a video tomorrow. Plus, the new 3-12-1 podcast is going to be released on Friday morning. So I wanted to do a wrap-up of the Giants OTAs day number 6 with the Thursday highlights and all the fun and interesting stuff. I love it because I saw, again, I got to stay the hell off of Twitter. And it's on my thumbnail where they're doing basically drills with the defensive backs using a boxing glove. And I love it because you see people go, oh, they've never done that before. Yeah, they've done that for years, guys. Like when they taped the tennis balls on the people's hands last year or 2 years ago with Joe Judge. I had to hear the idiocy of I've never seen that, something new. No, they've done that for years as well, guys. As a former defensive back and former defensive player, I can tell you these are all standard things. They're nothing new. So don't get too excited about it. But evidently there was a lot going on in OTAs today. You also had the media finally making a stop and an appearance. So you got some information not only from the New York Giants media, but from, I should say in-house media, but from the regular mainstream New York media alone. So evidently there was a big red jersey today. Those in the red jerseys were Thibodeau, Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney, Dexter Lawrence, Blake Martinez, Nick Gates, Matt from Connecticut, T.J. Brunson, Colin Johnson, Cam Brown, Jamil Douglas, Richie Johnson, Rodarius Williams, and Darren Evans. So you got a lot of guys in the red jersey. But one player who did not wear a red jersey today, and I think we were all very excited about it, was
bringing you the smooth sounds of Kenny G. $72 million. Not worth it. As you can plainly see.
For the first time in OTAs, Kenny G did not have a red jersey. I should say for the first time, from the first opening week, but he did not participate in any 11-on-11 drills. You also have to watch, there's actually a great play. It's on Twitter, and a lot of people have posted it. It's basically Wan'dale Robinson matched up one-on-one with Aaron Robinson. Now they're calling him the 5'8" wide receiver again. Went up for a 50-50 ball from Daniel Jones. And if you watch it, he kind of twists. He's kind of doing a little twisting grab in the back of the end zone. It was a hell of a nice catch. It was a great catch. I mean, it's also, if you take a look at it, it was pretty good coverage from our old buddy. I should rephrase that from Aaron Robinson as well. So I mean, it was a very interesting catch. It was a great catch. You can go watch it on Twitter. Like I said, he kind of does a little pirouette, kind of a little full, not really a full extension, but he does a nice grab coming up from behind. I can't get used to him wearing number 17 because he does look like a Smurf. He does look like you go from Plexico Burress, who was 8 feet 9 inches, to a guy 4'2" wearing his jersey. So I'm never going to get over that. But you got to admit, it was good coverage. It was a great play, and it was good coverage. It was a good throw. Look at that. I complimented Daniel Jones, even though he was intercepted twice. But I love it because the Giants in-house media he was intercepted twice, but that wasn't his fault. One time, Richie James appeared to slip on the sidelines, and Adoree Jackson came away with the ball. And then the other ones, Xavier McKinney came away with the pick when wide receiver David Sills bobbled a pass that should have been a touchdown, but he batted it in the air. Of course, nothing's ever Daniel Jones' fault. We know this. Come on, we're not stupid. Saquon Barkley also appeared to fumble after catching a pass across the middle, with Smith coming out of the pack to pick up the ball, which was a good play. Nose tackle Justin Ellis has been making a little bit of a name for himself. He evidently destroyed or killed Ricky Seals-Jones in the backfield a couple times. Seals-Jones, who is having, I'm not going to say he's having a great camp, but he's kind of having an interesting camp, dropped a seam route with against the defense, and what appears to have been blown coverage, and there was not a defender evidently within 10 yards of him. Evidently, which is good news, Tyrod Taylor dropped a couple of dimes, they're saying, on deep outs, to one to C.J. Board and another one to Alex Bachman. And another good play was Jones hit Darius Slayton on a deep pass. The only bad news is that Darius beat Adoree Jackson like he stole something on that play. So, that's good for Darius, bad for Adoree. Lots of Adoree. So, you know what? Like I said, there's nothing earth-shattering coming out of this. You know what? The good thing is this is the last OTA until next week, until after the holiday. At least I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. So you know what? Nobody got hurt. Nobody, there was no ACLs. There was no, tore an Achilles. You came out healthy. And you probably, like I said, because there's times where you get, sometimes you don't come out healthy from these things, which is good. Giants didn't make a roster move though. That the rookie defensive back Jordan Mosely he was waived, but he was assigned as an undrafted free agent after rookie minicamp, and he was quickly put on the IR. But he has turned around and he has waived him. There was a funny thing going on with Steve Smith Sr., the former wide receiver, great from Carolina and Baltimore. He joked, I guess he was doing a video over at Giant Camp, and he posted a video saying he was taking a job with the Giants, and Twitter exploded. I don't know why. He was never a guy that was ever a Giant or ever considered a Giant, so I didn't know what the excitement was with everybody. But you know what? It's a good thing. Adoree Jackson didn't hide his feelings evidently today about James Bradbury being let go. He basically said it hurt. That's a guy, when I came in here, we bounced ideas off to each other, different techniques and how to play. But at the end of the day, I gained a brother in the process, knowing him. And at the end of the day, it's like your brother's going off to college. He's my brother to go somewhere else, but at the same time, still being in touch and be happy with him at the end of the day. I like that. I like that from Adoree, because I said this before. I don't have a problem with Adoree going to Philadelphia. The Giants released him. The Giants, if you want to talk about it, the Giants did him dirty a little bit. They waited till the free agent money was gone. They waited till after the draft. They didn't trade him, and then they released him. So they did him dirty a little bit. So what did he do? He takes $7.5 million plus incentives to go to Philadelphia. Wouldn't you? If your employer dumped you because of salary reasons, wouldn't you want to get a little vengeance? Wouldn't you want to get a little payback? I know I would. But that's it is what it is. It was you got to look at it this way. It was a good, it was a good solid week or a couple weeks of OTAs. I think that's what you got to look at. And like I said, and at the end of the day, I've said it before, nobody got hurt severely. You didn't see anyone coming back with massive injuries. So let's see. The next OTAs are going to be May 31st through June 3rd. And then what we really need to start focusing on at that point in time is the June 7th to the 9th mandatory minicamp. So that'll be fun to watch as well. Like I said, look out tomorrow for that new 3-12-1. We podcast with OGR Sports. We break down not only the New York Giants, but all the NFC East. We talk about James Bradbury. We talk about, I actually defend Daniel Jones against the onslaught of OGR. I don't want to brag, but that's something to listen to tomorrow. I'll probably be up about 11:30. And again, this is Tim with the Online Big Blue. We'll bring you the best of New York Giants sports talk entertainment. And as always, if you could you can subscribe. If you're reading up anything, you know what I mean? That'd be awesome.